What's up guys, and welcome to today's video. My name is Nick. In this video I'm going to be sharing with you some stock options trading things that have gone on in the past week for myself and how I was able to execute 3 amazing trades in order to gain some profits. I took no losses last week and I want to share with you what I'm doing. Before we jump into that, let me just say that this is not my full-time job. In fact, I'm still a beginner at this, but as I make headway, as I make progress, I want to share with you what I'm doing. So hopefully it will help others that are in the same stage of learning that I'm in. My full-time career is as an online reseller, I guess you could say e-commerce. I sell through various websites and apps like Poshmark, Mercari, and eBay, and that is what I normally talk about through this channel. However, I've been making some content around day trading options and in the stock market, and I've gotten a lot of comments saying, hey, can you please make more videos like this? We've also picked up a tremendous amount of subscribers over the past couple of weeks as I've made some of these videos.
Nice.
And so I want to be able to share some videos with those subscribers who came to the channel for that purpose. So last week on October 13th and 14th, I made a total of 3 day trades trading stock options. Normally I like to trade SPY. However, because of some recent losses, my account value is very small. And so I had to find something else that I could work with where I could buy the option deep in the money in order to then make some profit as it moved around. That brings us to today's video and why we're doing that. So I am a beginner options trader. I've day traded the stock market in just general terms stocks, but I'm not real great at that. And so I was looking for other avenues, things that were different, that maybe, you know, potentially more reward, more upside. Although with options, there's definitely more downside as well, as I've learned over the past few weeks. All right, before we jump in, let me just say that I use TD Ameritrade's Thinkorswim platform to do all of my analysis. And then I use Robinhood currently to make my day trades for the options. There's a couple reasons for this. I find the Robinhood app extremely user-friendly. I haven't quite learned the trading options side of Thinkorswim. I've done day trades on Thinkorswim, but the option side is a little bit different, so I'm still learning that. That being said, a lot of people have jumped into my comments recently with options trading videos and said, hey, you know, if you use a cash account through Thinkorswim, there's no PDT rule. You just have to wait till the next day for the funds to settle. And so I'm very, very interested in that. I'm currently in the process of depositing money into my Thinkorswim account so that I can then use a cash account to trade options through that platform. Still learning. I'll make videos as I move along in that process. All right, so for this first screenshot from my Robinhood account, these are the 3 trades that I made last week in order to pull a decent amount of profit. Now, I'm not YOLOing. I'm not trying to make 100% in 1 week. That's crazy. My goal is simply to make a 5% gain per trade. That's ideal. If you normally trade stocks, 5% is kind of extreme. However, with options, I've found it is fairly simple to get to that point quickly. So 5% is awesome. If I can get in, get 5% return, and get out in a day trade, that is perfect for me. The first trade we made, I used $330 out of my $500 available balance on Robinhood. I used 330 bucks. And I bought a 22.5 put option with an expiration date of 10/23 on SQs. Let me jump into that. All right, guys, so here we are on my Thinkorswim platform. This is actually the 10-day 1-minute chart because we had to back up to the 14th, which is where we made our first trade. I made 2 trades on the 14th and 1 on the 15th. That was my whole trading week for trading through Robinhood. I'm under the PDT rule. And so 3 day trades, we made them. They were all successful. They were all profitable. So the first trade that we made came at 9:34 on the 14th. Up here in this little box, you can see that it is 10:14, and then we will look at 9:34. What I did, and it's this candlestick right here. What I did here is I waited for it to start falling. I waited for the confirmation. I bought toward the bottom of that candlestick. And then I waited. So I used 330 out of my available I think it was $540 in my trading account. I used 330, about 1 SQ's put option at the 22.5 strike price with an expiration date of October 23rd. I went a little bit further out, so I paid a little bit more for that option. However, bought it deep in the money so that we would have a high delta. I pay super close attention to the delta. The delta is what gives you the most earnings for the price movement of that underlying stock. As the price moves with the underlying stock, the higher the delta, the more money moves in your favor with your option. Hope that makes sense. I've got a video coming about delta and how it works and what it is and how to explain it. So stay tuned for that. That is coming soon, within the next few days. All right, so this is October 14th at 9:34. Bought it here, paid $330, and then let's see, we sold it for $350, which is a 6% gain, which is awesome. That fits my criteria. I would like to see 5%. Generally, I want to see 5%. I will sell faster for a lower percentage if I feel that there's too much risk, and you'll see that in the next trade, which is what I did. But I bought here, and then let's see, 9:42, which was 8 minutes later. We'll just scan forward to 9:42. That's right there. Sold it for $350. Bought one option. It was at the 0.8 delta, which is right where I like to stay. I want to be above 0.75 if at all possible. Bought it, held it for 8 minutes, made 20 bucks. Good. Solid. Then I continued watching the chart. Generally, I don't like to trade more than once per day because I only have 3 day trades. I would like to stretch those out as far as possible over the week. However, I continued watching and I noticed some movement that could work in my favor. So I took advantage of it. The next trade I bought was a call option on SQs at the 17.5 strike price with an expiration date of 10/16. Now, mind you, I am buying these on 10/14, expiration date 10/16. The reason I did that is the closer you get to the expiration date, the cheaper those options are. My strategy is to only buy and sell in the same day. I don't want to hold overnight. I'm not buying long-term options. At this point in my life, I don't want to buy things in 2021 or 2022. I want to buy and sell in the same day. That strategy might change in the coming years over time as I learn more about this. But for right now, I just want to get in and scalp some quick movement. We used $388 to buy 17.5 strike price with the 10/16 expiration date. That happened at 9:51. So let me scan forward to 9:51 right there. You can see we bought, okay, so we had this candle that shot above the EMA, and then it had another candle right behind that that was green. And so I thought, okay, here comes our confirmation. We're going to sit on top of the EMA and it's going to ride it up. Awesome. It bounced up and down above and below the EMA as it moved, which made me nervous. So I bought that at 9:51 and I sold that at 10:05 for a $12 profit, which was 3%, lower than the 5% that I want to make. So I held that for 14 minutes. Let's see where 10:05 is. You can see it climbed up above the EMA. It actually got some good confirmation, and I wish I would have held it, but we're not here to wish about anything having happened or didn't happen. So it jumped above the EMA and it continued to ride up. I got nervous. Let's call it what it is. I'm still new at this. I'm still learning. Got nervous. Cashed out, 3% gain. I'd had enough at that point. And so right after I cashed out those 2 contracts, we made $12 on that. And it pulled back a little bit. It got some support and then it continued to climb and we would have made awesome money. Had we held that whole day, it would have been great, but didn't, because you can't tell the future and you never know what's going to happen. So I used what little information I had. I looked for the support. I looked for the resistance. I traded what I thought would be a good move, and it turned out to be a good move. Then the next day, which would be the 15th, it was super volatile here. Had some good movement on this, made a $35 profit on this day. Bought SQs once again. The reason why I'm buying SQs is because it is cheaper than SPY. This last trade on the 15th, you can see up here in the date and the time, we're on the 15th. I bought a $26 put option for $515. I went heavy on this, I think, at 9:31. So I saw a massive fall. This probably was not a wise idea looking back at it. Saw this massive drop and thought, okay, it's going to drop. I think I bought towards the top of it. I bought as it was starting to fall. I bought towards the top of it, and it continued to drop. And if you look down here, this little blue section, I saw that it was becoming oversold. So I bought right here, and down at the bottom there, you can see it's starting to turn blue. Made me nervous. I used 515 bucks on that trade, and then in 2 minutes, so down here, I sold for $550. With that trade right there, we made a 6.7% return on the funds invested into it, which was an awesome trade in my opinion. Had I held that, it dropped down right here and I sold. That was good. 6.7%. Had I held that, it would have continued dropping, would have made some money. It would have gone way up. I would have been down on my money big time. That would not have been great. Then it would come down and I would sort of equal out. If I'd held it to the end of the day, it would have made more money, even more money. It would have been awesome. But I try not to focus on those things that I can't control. I try not to look and hope for the future to be good. I try to go off the information I have right now using, the EMA, the SMA, the VWAP, the RSI, and the MACD. Looking at those things, I can make an educated guess, because we're all guessing. No one knows the market. Nobody can time this thing perfectly, but I can make an educated guess to what direction the market could potentially go. As my friend Ricky says, patterns tend to repeat themselves. They don't always have to, but they tend to. And so a pattern tends to repeat itself until it decides to break pattern. And so if you can keep that in mind, you might do well. Just don't get caught when it doesn't. So you can see this pattern, right? There's a drop. It kind of pulls up a little bit. It drops. It pulls up a little bit. It drops. It pulls up a little bit. And it starts to drop, but then it decides, I don't want to repeat myself. And then it starts to climb, and then it climbs and it drops a little bit, and it climbs and it drops a little bit, and then right there, perfect. Climb, drop, climb, drop, climb, drop, climb, drop, 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 drop. Okay, so it decided not to repeat itself. But if you can look at those and stomach the slight risk that's involved, this is definitely a way that you can make a few dollars, right? My goal is to grow my account consistently and to not keep any of this money, not spend any of it, just to learn the process, taking 3 to 5%, in this case 6% for this last trade. It was awesome. That being said, looking forward to trading with Think or Swim as I get the cash account opened up and have money deposited in. That should be in just a couple days. Looking forward to that. Thank you guys for watching this video. Like I said, I'm still a beginner. I'm still learning. If you enjoyed this video and you want more content like it, leave me a comment down below letting me know if it was helpful or what kind of things you would like to learn about. You don't know what you don't know, and you don't know what you need to know until someone enlightens you. And so if you know a little bit more than me, or maybe you have an idea of what I need to know, drop that in the comments. I will absolutely go learn about it, because I'm all about learning about things, and then I will bring it back to the channel and share it with you through another video. Thank you for watching this. I hope you got value from it. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up button. If you're not already subscribed, consider subscribing, and I will see you guys on the next video.